Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I talk all about slow fashion, minimal style and capsule wardrobes.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
Today's video is my review of some of the items from the Sezane 2022 winter collection. I've decided to split this into two parts because I've ordered quite a lot and I don't want each video to be really long. So this is the first half, and then the second video with the remaining items will be following on Wednesday. So if you're not subscribed already to my channel, make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that video goes live. Today's video, we've got 4 items to review, so I'm going to get straight into it now. The first item is the Mederick Coat. Now this is one I ordered separately to the rest of the items because I knew I wanted to try this. So I've had this for about 3 weeks now and I've been wearing it pretty much every day since then. So spoiler alert, I do love it and definitely recommend it. It's a 100% wool coat, which is what really caught my attention initially because I haven't seen Sezane bring out a 100% wool coat from memory in recent years. So I love that it is 100% natural fibres. It's actually a double-faced wool, so it doesn't have a lining, which would typically be something like viscose or polyester. I actually quite like that about it. I know not everyone is going to love that it isn't lined, but I think a double-faced wool is actually a more premium experience because you have two sides of that lovely soft wool fabric without spoiling it somewhat with a viscose or polyester lining, because let's face it, they're not going to line it with silk. And that's actually what the Curated do with their coats as well. They're also unlined, they're also made of a double-faced wool. Theirs is blended with cashmere, so it is slightly more premium. But the coat is very similar to the coats from the Curated. And I'm actually thinking of doing a video comparing the two because I do have a coat from the Curated, and then I also have the Sezane Mederick. So if you'd be interested in a comparison video, then let me know down below. But in terms of the Sezane one, I got the navy. It does come in 3 different colours currently. You've got a camel, a navy or an olive. I do believe they're bringing out a teal blue version soon, which looks gorgeous as well. I went with the navy because it is the most practical for my wardrobe and I'm a sucker for a navy coat, a navy anything really. I have way too much of it in my wardrobe. I got mine in a size 10 or a European 38 and I would say it fits true to size. This is my regular size in coats and outerwear typically, unless a brand runs small, and I think this fits me perfectly. It is, it's big enough that I can wear a jumper like this underneath that is quite chunky, but it's not too oversized. So I would say definitely go with your true size for this coat. It's £370, so it is definitely not cheap, but it is a good £100 less than the Curated coats typically run. They're about the kind of 470 mark. So you know, if you don't have the money to spend an extra £100, you know, you're talking about almost £500 on a coat. If you don't have that money, then the Sezane one may be a good option for you. As I mentioned, it's 100% wool as opposed to a wool cashmere blend, so it's not quite as premium in terms of material, but I would say the Sezane coat does feel really well made. The wool is lovely and soft. There is absolutely zero itch on this coat. I am a very sensitive person and I've stopped buying a lot of Sezane knitwear because of that. But this coat doesn't itch me in the slightest, even if I was just wearing a t-shirt underneath, for example. So I would say the material is lovely, it feels soft, the quality feels gorgeous, the double-faced wool is a lovely idea, I think, and not having the lining just allows it to flow quite nicely and drape from the body in a way that it wouldn't quite do if it had a lining attached to it. I don't think this is a coat you're going to want to wear in minus temperatures, at least minus Celsius temperatures, because it's not the warmest winter coat I've ever had, but then it's a wool coat. It's meant to look quite smart, quite polished. It's not going to offer the same level of protection as a puffer coat or something similar to that. So just bear that in mind. I think for a fairly mild winter, you're going to be absolutely fine. But if you live in the depths of Canada, for example, then you're probably going to want to stop wearing this, I don't know, around late November time. I'd like to take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's video, who are Teddy Blake. Teddy Blake make luxury Italian leather handbags at really reasonable and affordable prices. I have been loving my green handbag that they sent me in the summer and have been continuing to wear it through the autumn-winter season. I cannot fault the craftsmanship and quality of the leather and the build of this bag. It is held up perfectly, there are no marks, no scratches, and I wear this a few times a week on a regular basis. And they're currently running their Black Friday sale where you can get up to 80% off certain styles. I will leave a link down below to their website if you would like to check out my bag. I will leave the exact details of that in the description box as well, but it's the Ava bag in the Palmetto leather. If you missed the sale, don't worry. If you're watching this after Black Friday, you can also use my discount code TBKTV30 for $30 off your first purchase. I hope you love your bag as much as I do. Thank you again to Teddy Blake, and back to the video. Would I recommend this coat? Yes, I definitely would. I think it is reasonable value for money. If you have the money to spend almost £400 on a coat, then go for it. I think you're not going to be disappointed. The second item I have to show you is a scarf. This is also 100% wool, which I was really happy with, and that's one of the main reasons I wanted to order it. I have been looking for like a scarf, hat, glove set that is either wool or cashmere and doesn't have any synthetics in it, and that's harder to find than you may think. So I love that it's 100% wool. It retails in the UK for £70, and it comes in 6 different colours. So you've got the burgundy, which is the one I went for. You've got a slightly lighter pink, which is called rosewood. You have a navy blue and a lighter blue. You've got a mocha, which is like a camel colour. You have a black and white one, and I think that's it. So 6 different colours, which is great. You've got a lot of choice there, and they're all 100% wool. Being 100% wool, again, there is 0 itch on these scarves, which is really important to me because they go on your bare skin a lot of the time. They're touching your neck, quite a sensitive part of your body, and I just don't want any itch in that. And I can 100% guarantee that you will feel no itch with these scarves. They're lovely and soft. I think for £70, again, they're reasonable value for money. I was expecting it to be slightly bigger and wider than it actually is in reality. I will show you the size of it in the split screen, but it's by no means a small skinny scarf. It's just not quite as big as I was expecting it to be, but that doesn't really detract from my appreciation and love of this scarf. I would definitely recommend it if you're in the market for some accessories. I think they have hats that go with them as well. Okay, next up we have one of the pieces of knitwear that I ordered. I did order 3 different bits of knitwear, so stay tuned for the second video for me reviewing the other 2, but this one I decided to review in this video. This one is the Magda Cardigan. It's in this gorgeous rosewood light pink colour. I actually love this colour on me, even though it's not necessarily in my colour story or colour scheme. I think it's quite flattering universally on a lot of different people. This one retails for £115. Sezane knitwear is definitely getting more expensive. I would say this would have been £100 a year or 2 ago, but there you go, it is what it is, and it is a blend. So it's their classic blend of like 30% kid mohair, 30% wool, 30% polyester with a little bit of elastane in there as well. Straight on the body, I'm gonna say this is very, very itchy, at least in my experience. Again, I'm fairly sensitive. I don't like any kind of itch. If you're more tolerable of these things, then maybe it's fine. If you're planning on layering it, maybe it's fine. But even then, I think even if I put this on with a t-shirt underneath, I would still want to take it off my body, and that is the reason I'm not going to be keeping this item. I love the look of it. I love the colour. I love the style. I think it fits really well. It's definitely true to size. I got mine in a size medium, and it's perfect for me as a UK 10 to 12. But yeah, this is way, way too itchy for me. And because of that, I just wouldn't recommend it. I don't know how anyone can keep this on for longer than sort of 20 minutes because it is I would say it's an 8 out of 10 on the itch scale. It is one of the itchiest Sezane knits I've ever worn, and I haven't ordered any of their mohair blends in a while because of this problem, but I would say this feels even itchier than usual. So my personal preference is I won't be keeping this, I won't be recommending it, but like I said, if you don't mind, if you've got really, hardcore skin and you don't feel the itch, then go for it. It is a very pretty cardigan. Okay, last item we have for today's video is the Erwann Jacket, and this is a gorgeous navy cropped jacket with gold metal buttons running down the middle. This is made of 100% recycled wool, which is even better in my opinion than the 100% virgin wool that the coat and the scarf were made of. I love that it's recycled, and I love that it's all natural fibres. So yeah, a big thumbs up from me for that. It does have a viscose lining, so that lets it down slightly, but I wouldn't really expect anything else at this price point. It retails for £185. As I said, the buttons are gold metal. They do feel really good quality. They don't feel plasticky. I think they are actually kind of, I don't know, spray painted metal or something like that, and they do have a nice detail on them. I think generally Sezane does buttons really well. No itch to this. It's 100% wool, got a viscose lining. I wouldn't expect any itch, and there is none at all. I got mine in a size UK 10, so kind of my regular size for the top half, and I would say it fits true to size, but it is definitely cropped and on the shorter side. I think it's a little bit too short for me. I think I prefer a jacket that comes down a little bit longer. I just don't think I'd get the wear out of this. I think it's a beautiful jacket. So if you're in the market for something like this, then I would recommend it. But for me personally, I'm not going to be keeping it. It does also come in 3 additional colours. So obviously I've got the navy one, but it also comes in houndstooth. It comes in like a mottled ecru, I think they call it, which is like a camel colour. And it also comes in a bright green. It's a lovely jacket. I would recommend them. It also comes in the navy with a pair of matching trousers, wool trousers, and I'm going to be reviewing those in Wednesday's video. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing these items. I hope you got some useful information from this video. Let me know down below if you've got any questions about the items that I've mentioned today, anything I haven't covered. I would be happy to answer those down below. Thank you to Teddy Blake for sponsoring a portion of this video, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday for the second instalment of this Sezane review.